What's up folks, this is Kendrick here and I'm at Krish Musicals and we're going to look at a series of DI boxes, active and passive. Let's dive right in. So here I have BSS Audio's AR133 active DI box. So the 133 is a popular and a widely used active DI box known for its durability, high quality sound and versatility in both live and studio settings. As for the power source, it can be powered via a 9-volt battery, which we have a battery slot over here, or a 48-volt phantom power from a mixer or an interface, you name it. So here we have our power switch, then our earth and lift switch, and then we have the XLR output. So in the back here we have two inputs, that one is the XLR and one is a stereo type. And here we have the stereo type link input. And here we have the decibel switch for the pad. The active circuitry and high headroom ensures a clean, noise-free signal and gives off a minimal distortion. And for the next DI box, we're looking at onstage DB1000. So the DB1000 is an active direct box powered by a 48-volt phantom power. And on this side we have the decibel control switch and we have the input jack also with a through jack. And on this side we have the output, an XLR output port, and then we have the ground switch and we have an LED power light. So this passive DI box is easy to set up and use with a minimal risk of interference. And now let's move on to the next. And for the next one, here I have with me a Clark Technics DI box. So the DI10A has a silver matte finish, and on this side we have the power switch and we have the earth and lift controls, and then we have the XLR, the male XLR output, and over here we have the battery port where you can insert your battery. So here we have the decibel switch and the stereo input with an XLR input, the female XLR, and then the throughout, which is in a stereo type. So that's pretty much the basics of Clark Technics active DI box, the 10A. And moving on to the next. And now we're looking at Clark Technics DN100, an active direct injection box. So here we have a balance linked input, whether it's an XLR or stereo type inputs. And on the other side, let's see the other side. So the other side we have the XLR output, and instead of a switch we have a button, a pad control button, and here we have the earth and lift control, which in the other series you've seen it's a switch, but here they've given it as a button, and we have a 48-volt phantom light indicator. So that's the DN100 for you, and now we're moving on to the next. And now we're looking at Samsung's MDA1, an active DI box. So the MDA1 has a battery switch, and we have two ports that are of stereo type and not the XLR. A bit of old school there. Here we have the power light indicator. And on this side of the box we have an old-fashioned switch type decibel switch control and a ground and lift. And on this side we have an XLR port, a balanced output. So that's pretty much it on what's on the Samsung's MDA1. And now let's move on to the next. And now we're looking at Samsung's MD2 Pro, a stereo passive DI box. And let's dive right in. So the MD2 Pro has a mono configuration or a stereo configuration. So this side we have all stereo type ports. So we have 4 mono ports. One is on this left side and the right side, and we have the decibel control switch over here. Just on the opposite side of the box we have the XLR ports, same as the mono, but we have it in an XLR format. So we have right and left, and we have the switch for ground and lift controls, and here we can switch it through either mono or stereo. So that's pretty much what's on the MD2 Pro for you. Follow us for more at Krish Musicals, and see you soon.